Our society is full of hypocrites. I definitely agree. This is a video by Patience Xina. I don't know if I butchered your last name, but I apologize. I definitely agree. Let's see what this video is about. Also, I don't know if that's your real name, but if that's your real name, that's a fire name. That's a fire name, I'm not gonna lie.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is Jordan Peterson's interview with Piers Morgan. So recently Jordan Peterson had an interview with Piers Morgan and this is what happened.
Quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie.
Oh, this is the guy that was crying or something like that. Actually, I'll say it after the thing is done.
Movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man.
I never seen this. I never seen like the actual video. I've just seen pictures and memes.
Being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure, why not? You know, people have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. You know, what a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God, you know, it's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do.
So since then, social media has taken it upon themselves to mock and to tease Jordan Peterson for the fact that he cried during this interview. And I feel like this just emphasizes the hypocrisy that exists within our society. People will mock and tease Jordan Peterson for crying, and I'll share with you some of the comments that people said on Twitter. Obviously it was on Twitter.
Okay, before she gets into that, I just want to say my thoughts on that. Okay, so first and foremost, I didn't see not a tear come off that man's face. I didn't see not a single tear drop off that man's face.
These incels, what does it mean?
I don't like, he just got emotional. I didn't see unless that was like where he was doing this. When he was doing this, like he like got off the tears or whatever, but I didn't see him like profusely like crying. He just got emotional. Yeah, so that's number one. So I think that was taken out of context. Well, I don't know if he cried through. I don't know, but just from this clip alone, I didn't see that man cry, unless he was wiping off the tear like that. But he wasn't crying. When somebody's crying, they're like, like that's crying. But like, I didn't see that man over here do any sounds or like shed a tear or be like have his head down or something like that. He was just got emotional. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I don't know what is the issue with incels. Incels are people that can't have, that are like involuntarily like virgin, right? Like they can't attract a girl. They can't have sex because women reject them or whatever, right? That's the gist of incel. So what is the problem with that? Like, if somebody is trying to get with a girl and they cannot do it because the society of women is an issue, how is that a problem? Especially if they're trying. You get what I'm saying? If they're trying, then what is the issue? Even if they're not trying and they just don't want to have sex or don't want to have a girl right now, what is the problem? Like, I hear people, I remember back then people used to, well, I don't know if people still do this, but they probably still do. People would be like, yo, you're a virgin. Like, okay, I don't put my jack inside holes. Like, good for you, bro. Like, you are on the verge of having STDs and AIDS, bro. I'm chilling. My blood is good. You have a chance of having an STD and dying. I don't. I'm chilling. Because I don't put my holes in anything. You do, though. And if you're a woman, your walls are open. To every boy. Not every boy. Pause. Every man. Chill out. Every man. But yeah, I don't see the issue with that. Especially, you guys already know, I'm not with the hookup culture. I don't believe you should have a boyfriend and girlfriend, break up with them. I think you should date to marry, courtship, and then marry. Even so, like, in that case, right? if a man is an incel and they want to get married and want to have kids and things like that, right? Why is that a problem? You know what I'm saying? I have the notion, and I've been saying this for since I was a teenager. Since I don't remember, I think I was like 16 saying this. When I got a hard breakup or whatever. I said that true love, because love is found in God. That's number one. But based on relationships, true love is hard to find. You're never gonna find true love in an instant like that. That's never gonna happen. It's like you're not gonna find a Thanos snap just like that. Absolutely not. And if you have, good for you, mate. Good for you. You have something that nobody else has. Probably your game is just you're just like that. And you're married, have kids, you're happy with your wife, no problems at all. You're chilling. Good for you. But for the most part, for the majority of people, true love is hard to find. True love is hard to find. It takes a while to find the right woman or right man. True right man and right woman. It's all about patience. Like a linear slope. That's not relationships. You don't just go just like that. Doesn't happen. It's not reality. It's gradual. It's a gradual slope. Okay, that girl didn't work out, but eventually as time goes on, I'll find the right girl. And like I said, I'm not with the whole breaking up and hookup culture and oh I go on dates and all that. Nah, I'm not into all that. Obviously you have to have some type of experience to know what you like. But like if you're a Christian, which I 100% like encourage people to do, give your life to Jesus Christ. If you're a Christian, you automatically know what you want as a woman of God. Automatically, your checklist of what they should have, personality attributes should be checked off. Like once you meet someone, they're a Christian, whatever, and you know for a fact that you can be married to this person and you guys will grow in Christ. When you're married, done deal, set, go. The boat is sailing. You know what I'm saying? Easy, light work. But if you're not Christian and you're doing all that stuff, that's where it gets kind of hard. But I don't see the issue here. I don't see the issue here. Don't know why being called incel is a like. I don't know why that's a thing. Don't know why that's. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Well, I do know. Satan is the ruler of this world, but you get the idea. It just proves it's almost like you're forcing people to fornicate. That's literally what it is. You're forcing you're guilt tripping someone to go have sex with some random person and to be depressed, have anxiety, have what's that thing called? Attachment issues, psychological problems, entrapment, all this other stuff, bro. That's literally what being like when someone calls you an incel, that's literally what they're setting you up for. For psychological entrapment, psychological depression, anxiety, and having social problems. That's what literally is calling a man an incel is. Because you're basically forcing them to have sex with some random person or some person, or even if you know them for a while or whatever. If you find someone good, then good. But I'm talking about like people that just really just want to have sex or whatever because they keep being called incel virgin and all this type of stuff. You're kind of guilt tripping them into fornication, which like I said can cause a person to become a sex animal or get an STD or an AIDS or something like that. Now, obviously, like I said, it's not always the case, but that's literally what they're doing. You see how Satan works, bro? I said this in a previous video. Satan is very smart and very stupid at the same time, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. So another thing. Jade, if you're watching this video, Jade the Bear, if you're watching this video, said that like when it comes down to women, because Peterson just said, Piers Morgan, that's his name, right? Wait, no, this guy. I don't know what this guy's name is. I forgot his name. But this guy, he said that women are very picky. Now, I like to when I talk about women in my videos, I mainly address Western women. Because Western women are a different breed than any other woman in any other country or third world country. So Jade, I'm not gonna go into your information, but Jade is from a different country. She's not from United States, or United Kingdom, or Western places like that. So we're like the culture is kind of the same. You know what I mean? So when I address women, I mainly address Western women, women in the United States, United Kingdom. Those are people I'm mainly talking about because for the most part, they have the culture that we have. So when I address those things, I don't generalize it, if that makes sense. Which I'm gonna start for now. I'm gonna start general. I'm gonna start putting it in categories when I talk about specific people, like what, like for example, women. Western women are mainly like this. I don't know how women from third world countries and how they act. I don't know how they act. So I'm not gonna generalize women. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I know you said that I kind of, we come from different things, and I don't know, you felt some type of way about that, but I just wanted to address that so you don't feel no type of way. Of course, it's inevitable for me to offend anybody, but I'm just saying this for your case because I know you wanted to talk to me about it, and like you're kind of you're kind of scared, I guess, but just wanted to address that.
Where else? So, one user said, does Jordan Peterson take estrogen? I can't imagine someone who purports to have so much testosterone crying this often scientifically. Someone else said, is anyone else sick of seeing Jordan Peterson crying on TV every day? It's ridiculous. The right wing thinks he's an expert in mental health. This guy is nuts. And then one other user said, I'll tell you something that's not so funny. Right now, Jordan Peterson is at home crying like a little girl. Now, naturally, you'd understand why I found this to be very confusing, because we're also a society that simultaneously says things like this.
Because I just think this toxic masculinity that, this this stiff upper lip is really damaging. What are we telling boys? And then when you look at rates, it's become an epidemic. This is dangerous discourse, really, I would say.
All it does is just highlight the hypocrisy that exists within our society. People will preach all day about how bad toxic masculinity is and how men should be more in touch with their emotions and should be more in touch with their sensitive side. But because you disagree with a man's politics, you think he's free game for you to mock and ridicule and call him a little girl, or say that you think he's taking estrogen. And so basically reinforcing the same gender.
Is she wrong though? She's speaking facts right now. She's speaking facts right now. She's going crazy right now. She's going crazy right now. I'm not gonna lie. She's going crazy right now.
The stereotypes that you claim to be working so hard to fight against. But this isn't a surprise to me, because I've seen this kind of thing over and over again. These are the same people who will say things like, we need to uplift the voices of black women, unless of course that black woman is someone like Candace Owens. It's all about screaming about representation and how we need to have black voices, unless those black voices are conservative. Then you can call them coon and Uncle Tom and every racial slur you want to, because they disagree with your politics, so now they're free game. These are also the same people who say that they stand for
It's almost like you have to agree with every single thing for you to get the support that you deserve. Like, I have to agree with every single thing. I can't have no disagreement. If I have a disagreement on anything that's political, oh nah, you're a coon, you're a bum, you're this, that, and the third. Like, okay, bud. Okay. Okay. And then they want to say that they're the most inclusive group, bro, Nah, you're not inclusive, bro. You're very one-sided. You're very one-sided. They want to say they're open-minded. You're not open-minded on nothing. You're one-sided. You are a liar.
People and believe in trans rights, unless of course that trans person is, say, a Blair White or a Buck Angel or a Caitlyn Jenner or anyone who doesn't agree with their agenda. The same people who say that we need to have more women in charge because that would be better for societies, while simultaneously being adamantly against the woman who's about to become the Prime Minister of Italy because she believes in more conservative values. So all of this tells me that the people who claim to care so much about women or ethnic minorities or LGBT people or men's mental health don't really truly care about that, because they're not very consistent. Because if you truly cared about these issues, then you should just care about the issues. Why do you only care about...
Also, I just got a thought. Why when... No, this is not the part of the video. Why do, when trans people, like, for example, the trans people that speak against, like, they're trans and then they're like, come out of being trans, and, they go back to their original gender that they was when they were born with or whatever. Like, why... when they do that, I see mad LGBTQ people get mad. Like, they say, like, oh, you wasn't a true trans person, you wasn't a true member of the LGBTQ or whatever. Like, why are they so mad? Like, why aren't they supporting them, saying, you know what? I'm glad you're happy. Maybe, you made the wrong decision, or whatever. Why don't they support them? Why a mass majority of them get angry? Like I said, it's not it's not all of them, but like, why does like a good amount of them get mad about that? Like, I never understood that. Like, just because they against, your, the community, they realize that they were the life that they were living were wrong or whatever. They didn't want to live that life no more. They're apparently in the wrong for that because they wanted to change their life around. Inclusive, right? Very inclusive.
Those issues when that person adheres to your ideology and your political perspective, because the moment they don't agree with your political perspectives, then they're free game. Like, you can disagree with Jordan Peterson and what he says or his politics and stuff. That's absolutely fine. If you disagree with it and you have counter arguments for the things that he says, that's fine. But it's just hilarious that the same people who claim to care so much about mental health and care so much about men fighting toxic masculinity and how men should feel more comfortable to express themselves emotionally and be able to cry will use that same vulnerability against that man if he does something that they don't like. It's just so hypocritical, and I just can't take any of it seriously anymore. The same people who will terrorize you online are the same people who will put in their bio #BeKind, or the same people who will say racial slurs against black conservatives are also the same people who put #BLM in their bio.
Yep.
It's funny. It's funny. But yeah, but this was basically all I wanted to say. I'm just tired of people being full of shit. But yeah, but that's it for this little rant. I just think it's funny how people who seem to think they're the most virtuous or the most morally superior and are on the right side of history are the most toxic and most venomous people, especially on Twitter. But that's all for this video. I hope you're having a good weekend.
You know, shout out to her. Shout out to her. Wait, is there anything else
enjoyed
you want to say?
This little rant? Then like and subscribe. Why not? Thank you very much for listening to me rant today, and I will see you on Wednesday.
Shout out to Patience, man. I don't know if that's your real name, but that's a beautiful name. What's funny is about the BLM thing. You know what the BLM people should do? What they should put in their bio? The ones that are hypocrites. They should put BLM TCB. Black Lives Matter to certain blacks. Because that's exactly what it is. Anyway, yeah, man. Shout out to Patience, man. Very, very intriguing video. Very informative. I appreciate this. It just shows that this world is upside down. It just shows that the world needs Jesus even more. Because if the world had Jesus, everybody would be, like I said this before in the video, I could leave my door open and I wouldn't have to worry about somebody robbing me or somebody taking my clothes or killing me, because I know that they love Jesus and I know that they would treat me how they want to be treated. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. It just proves to show that Jesus is coming back. It just proves to show that you need to relate to Jesus Christ, and he's the solution to this world being a better place and sin being eradicated. So yeah, man. If you guys want to know how to get saved, it's in the description. How to get saved and how to give your life to Jesus Christ, because he's the most important thing in your life right now. Look at this world; it's in shambles. It's in horrific conditions. So it's the wisest decision you can make and the best decision you can make in your life. But yeah, man. Love y'all. Make sure you guys check out Patience. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe as well. Like the video. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.